Hi, I'm Britt.
And I'm Leiah.
And you are watching Vedgecation, the show where the hosts are double and so are the entendres. We're going to be defining something today.
Greenwashing!
Greenwashing.
So greenwashing is essentially, I don't know, I feel like it is what it is what it says that it is.
It is, right?
Exactly. Yeah, so it is essentially putting something on the front of a product to make you think it's one way when it's actually something else.
And it could be anything from like putting the word plant-based when it really has like animal-based ingredients. It could be literally making the packaging green or having a leaf on it.
There's a lot of labels that they have now, right? So you guys, when you're looking at the package, right? So there's the non-GMO label. So they put that on a lot of foods that in no way could be genetically modified. But it's an easier label to get than a certified organic label. So a lot of people will get it and they'll be like, look, it's non-GMO. I'm like, well, they don't even do crops with that. So like, it's not relevant. But non-GMO is a big one. There's also vegan. They will put the certified vegan label on anything. And again, that doesn't mean that it's good for you. Just because something is certified vegan or plant-based, that's not automatically meaning it's going to be a great product.
Yeah. And plant-based doesn't mean vegan.
Correct. Yeah. So that just means no animals were harmed in the making, which I fall for all the time, by the way. I was feeling like I desired a pizza, which to be fair happens more than one night a year. And I go to the store and I'm in a rush and I see this pizza and on the outside it's like plant-based. I'm like, oh my gosh, great. Never had it. Don't really care. So hungry.
Pepperoni, right?
I think it was like plant-based pepperoni. I was like, well, my husband's going to be home from the airport soon. I should get him a pizza. It's the best plant-based pizza I've ever had. And he got home and he goes, it's because it's a real pizza. That is definitely not plant-based. And again, which is how that leads us to our episode of
Greenwashing.
They can put whatever they want on the front of a product. They don't care. It's what's on the back of the product that matters, which normally I always do. But I was in a rush and I was very hungry and I didn't.
So you know the reason I asked you if it was pepperoni? You know my husband. We call him a contrarian. So we were in the grocery store. We were looking at pizzas and it said plant-based pepperoni. I went to get it. He challenges everything. Flipped it over on the back and he saw that it was plant-based pepperoni, but it was real dairy mozzarella. Yeah. Sneaky little somethings.
It just makes me so mad because everyone's like, Coach Leiah was doing so good. And then, yeah, you feel like you're starting over, which you're not starting over. But the moral of the story is you can't trust what they say on the front. You got to look at what they say on the back.
And it can happen to everyone, even Leiah.
Even me.
How's it feel?
It felt fine, actually.
It was real good, wasn't it?
I didn't have any issues. I felt gross after. That's just because I knew, you know, where it came from. And cheese is one of those things, I don't feel like the benefit outweighs the negatives for it.
Yeah.
The high fat content. It makes you like, especially for people who have allergies, it's going to like coat your
mucus, right?
Yeah. So for anybody who's like sneezing, seasonal allergies, yeah, I would stay away from dairy altogether.
Yeah, my son has eczema that gets flared up by dairy milk.
Yeah, and sometimes that can be due to a parasite that just needs to come out, but other times it is just due to the immune system not really liking dairy.
That's scary.
It is scary. And you know what's even crazy? Like to think about, so traditional wine is chemically sprayed, so all of the grapes, you know, mold could not live. But if we get organic, we don't get any of the chemicals, but then the grapes can grow mold because they're sitting in silos for a very long period of time. So it's kind of a toss-up between do you want the chemicals or do you want the mold? For someone allergic to mold, I'd probably pick the chemicals.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but we're kind of in a toss-up. So we also add sulfites to our wine. So even if Italy ships wine to sell in the US, they're required by law to add sulfites before they ship it to the US.
But they're not doing it for the wine that they keep. Wow.
No.
I saw this comparison of like people enjoying coffee in the US. And it was like at a coffee shop and everybody's like on their phone. And then people enjoying coffee in another country, maybe it was Italy, I don't remember, but they were all outside. They had their little coffee cups. They were like looking at one another. They weren't looking at their electronics. So there's definitely this element of like community that sometimes is missing.
It's missing everywhere. I mean, it's the number one thing I hear when I'm working with clients is they're lonely, they're isolated, and yet we're with people, but people aren't actually present to what they're doing.
Yeah. And I bet that could be amplified a little bit if you aren't eating what everybody else is eating. Like I think earlier we talked about if everybody's eating pizza, like you're going to want to eat pizza. So it could probably feel isolating if like you choose to not eat foods that everybody around you has no problem eating.
Yeah. We're literally built to buy more.
It's a culture of
better.
excess.
Yes, it's a culture of excess versus, if you go to Italy for dinner, they take like 3 hours usually to complete a dinner. It's a whole experience. We focus on how much can I possibly eat or drink in the small quantity of time to stuff something else in.
Yep.
So it's like all about relaxing and enjoying the experience, even when going to the grocery stores. Once you dive deep, again, we're not sharing the information to scare you. I'm sharing it to empower you guys.
Don't feel bad if you get scared. I'm scared, y'all. It's okay.
I'm telling you to empower you to just support really good companies and start to understand like where your food's coming from, where your drink is coming from, so you can make informed decisions that feel really good for you. Our bodies are very smart and, they know what traditional food is. Remember, knowledge is power. Make good informed decisions. And we at Vedgecation will continue to deliver the message to you and send you so much love. We will see you next time.